Hey man, it's Vinny Dwayne. I'm here with Jim and Liz on Cross the Street. You know how it go. How your bones feel, man? Let's get straight to it.
I ain't tryna text him on a calculator. Chasing money, yeah, the pack made it. Got a shorty that'll pick it up for me. If I call the place, she'll dump it for me. Beat out the one, I just flow in the city. I came up with Portland, they say I'm the North. People move, I don't say I'm the king, but I throw on the crown when I get on the court. 70 weeks, I ain't going down, partner, they thought it was
Check one time on your mic there, Vinny.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. What is good? We are here today with Vinny Dwayne, who fresh off a plane, was it yesterday?
Yeah, yep.
Touchdown here in Portland, back for 3-4 days, 5 days or so.
Yeah.
You got a show tonight.
Yep, with Tego, Vari, Organic Vari's, Performance, Snugs. It's a whole lineup, man. It's gonna be fun.
We were talking a little bit before we started. The promotion for that looks fantastic. The guys did a great job.
They did a really good job. Shout out to Trap Kitchen, shout out to Cool Dust, Mikey Vegas, everybody that was involved with that, man. That's tight.
We also were discussing a little bit, if anybody is from the North and knows they're from the North, it's Vinny. And we were quite a bit of ways from the North today, but like you were informed that the numbers is the new North.
Yeah, it is, for sure. Yep.
Any thoughts on the city's change since you've been here last?
It does look very different than since the last time I've been here. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know, man. It's like the homelessness is kind of the first thing I recognize and notice, and it's kind of like, I don't know if it's depressing. I don't know how it makes me feel, but it's kind of crazy out here now. You know what I'm saying? It was getting to be like that way like a few years ago, I noticed, but now it feels like it's like, dang, like what's going on? Like what's the real reason why this is happening like that? Yeah, that's what I want to know. Like, why is this happening?
Why is it happening is the question. We have a lot of people in our community here, you know, drug abuse is rampant, houselessness is rampant. We watched the interview that you did recently. You said it was your first interview, by the way, the one that you did recently with the
That was my first podcast.
Your first podcast interview.
Yeah. Like, I've done interviews, but it was kind of like my first podcast where I just opened up and like got really personal on a personal level. You know what I'm saying?
I like that you were able to share the formative class clown version of Vinny that I of course, didn't get to know as a child. But you sound like you were quite the class clown, and then went on to receive a scholarship. And
yeah, definitely. Yeah, the Bill Gates scholarship from Roosevelt High School. You know, I was like the first kid from the North to get that scholarship, and then after that, like another kid from the same program that I was in got the same scholarship up until this day. People are still like living off that legacy pretty much, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
I love that you're big on education. You were sharing photos recently of high school graduates that you know that have recently graduated recently.
Yeah.
So you seem to be really strong on education. What are some of the things that you studied with that scholarship, Vinny, that you took advantage of?
I went to an art school in Chicago called Columbia, and I took a bunch of classes like entertainment law, like Pro Tool classes, audio classes, television classes. Like, my favorite classes though were like the psychology classes, and like the classes where it was about like third world countries and like stuff like that. Like, that's what I was most interested in. It was like the music stuff. I couldn't really connect with it like that, but I liked the stuff that was about like helping people, you know what I'm saying, and why things are the way they are. Like, I like the deep stuff. I noticed. Like, I like the religion classes, to be honest with you. Like, it was a bunch of stuff. But I always say, like, the most successful people I know didn't go to college. And I think college is great if you can get it paid for somehow. And, like, if you're going for, like, wanting to be in the medical field or law or something that you could actually use your degree, I think college is, like, perfect. But, like, I don't know, man. I don't.
You're pretty much self-taught on most of the things that you've done. I mean, I know you went to school for it. That just leads me into being self-taught.
Yeah.
I have been trying for over a year and a half to make a successful YouTube channel with my efforts. And you jump on the scene, and 6 months later received a plaque from YouTube. How your bones feel?
How your bones feel, man? Yeah, YouTube was fun, bro. Like, I felt like as just a rapper, I feel like I was like limiting myself. Like it was like kind of like one-dimensional. You know what I'm saying? And like a lot of my friends, a lot of my peers, they know me for just being Vinny. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, well, YouTube reaction videos, they don't cost much to make. You know, because rap is a bill. Like when you rapping, like at least when I rap, I want like 5 videos with each project. You know what I'm saying? I want it to be mixed and mastered and by the best, and I want to pay for everything and pay for the videos. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like a bill. But so I was trying to figure out like what can I do to still express myself with the cost of it being like pretty nothing. You know what I'm saying? I've already had like the experience recording myself with the music. I know how to work Pro Tools. I know how to work Premiere. I know how to work all the programs pretty much. And so I was like, let me start creating something where it doesn't cost as much. And yeah, that's what I like about it. And people get to see me in a different light.
You're super talented at the editing as well.
I love editing. I love it. I think I love like doing the behind the scenes stuff more than the on camera stuff. Like I'm working on one of my guys' YouTube channels right now actually. And he's a chef, you know, and so he's sending me like all his content, and I'm editing it and I'm uploading it to his YouTube channel. Yeah, he's already got like 70 subscribers. I didn't start too long ago. The videos like making good, doing good numbers on the videos and stuff. And I love the behind the scenes work as well.
The stick to it withness of YouTube is like the main message I always try to send people. Just you gotta stick with it. If you stop, you gotta feed the beast.
Right, exactly.
You did a reaction video to the boy drowning in the river, which was like the one that like kind of.
That one. So the reaction video I did about a kid drowning and almost drowning in a river, and he was saved by I don't want to call him a kayaker, because he's like just an outdoors type of guy. His name is David Jones. He was out on the water, and he saved this kid that was like screaming, fighting for his life in the water. And I like shed light on like, why was that kid even in that situation? And I was just pointing out that the father was a little sloppy, and that kid should have never been in that situation. And I was like, thank God that David Jones Jr., the black hero, saved that kid.
No doubt.
And so that video went viral, and then I interviewed David Jones Jr., the hero that saved the kid. And I still talk to him to this day, you know what I'm saying? We keep in good communication, and he does this thing on Instagram, and I think the kid is okay, but the craziest part is he said he saw the father lift up the anchor while the kid was in the water, and he saw and he rolled off. So a lot of people were like, yo, this was like some type of insurance type of thing, like, and he said it, David Jones Jr. said it out of his own mouth, like he said he's seen the father lift the anchor. And
it's attempted murder.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Allegedly.
So I wanted to shed light on that, and it's like a lot of people were upset that I would say like black hero, and, you know, but I was like, the real message here is there's this kid that's in the water. That's the only thing that we should be talking about right now. Like, you know, like, oh my God, what's his name? Is it Ashton? Is it Murdoch or something like that? Did you hear about that case with the guy?
The Murdoch family.
Alec Murdoch, you know what I'm saying? That story is crazy. It was, people were dying, he was getting insurance money and all this stuff. And I'm
they
like,
killed their housekeeper or something?
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, bro, this is like the same thing as, you know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Well, we know you have to travel lightly. You got a show tonight. You're going to be on a plane soon. We did get you a gift as courtesy of Cross the Street. We got your official
oh my God.
Cross the Street tee there for Vinny. How your bones feel, man?
How your bones feel, man? I like that.
We've seen your efforts. We've highlighted you on our We See You segment before.
Mm-hmm.
Again,
Thank
I'm
you for that, bro.
Extremely blown away at how easy you make it look, Vinny. From someone that tries really hard to be good at what I'm doing, you made it look extremely easy. Great content.
Yeah, just tapping into the algorithm. Like, it's funny because my first reaction videos, they look way better. The ones I do now, they look way better than the first ones. And it's like, I'm proud of myself for that growth. You know what I'm saying? And then just figuring out that you could post whatever on YouTube, edit it the right way, is fair use. So I just started finding like interesting stuff to post all the time.
That was about the next question I was going to ask you. Have you had difficult time, like we always challenge ourselves to be 1% better every episode. So in your case, have you found yourself struggling to elevate past certain benchmarks, or do you even recognize that?
Kind of, because it's like you always got to think of something new. The algorithm is going to change in like 2 months. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm like thinking of new ways to like create content, and in a recent way I thought was like, you know, let's eat the hottest thing that's in the Mexican restaurant in Chicago.
You saw the pepper.
So I did that with Mayumi, and we made that video. So I'm always trying to figure out new ways to create content and stuff like that.
We had Egbe eat a flaming hot chip.
I saw that. I think that's what inspired me to do that. You know, I love him. Like, you know, that's my
Egbe
dog.
too.
You know, that's my dog. We went to elementary school together, middle school together, high school together. You know, it's a long story. I ain't gonna get into that.
No, he didn't bat an eye. He ate that entire chip.
I was so impressed. I was like, of course, Egbavado would not flinch after eating the hottest chip on the world.
I booked him for the radio show one time a few years back, and he showed up wearing a silk bathrobe to the radio show. He looked amazing.
That's fly shit, man. That's fly shit, man.
Well, what do you miss about the North, man? I know how long you been in Chicago now? About a year, roughly?
Yeah, I haven't been back since, I haven't been back in a year. It's because like something happened last time I was here, and it was just like one of the most toughest situations that I've ever been in. And so I was like, man, I gotta leave Portland and go sit down, focus, and like regroup, go back to the drawing board, and the YouTube thing happened. But
you mentioned it was kind of a life-saving moment for you when this all started to kind of blossom, I guess. You were struggling with some addiction possibly at the time.
Oh yeah. So I was in a car accident in 2012, 13. Broke every bone on the left side of my body. There's a metal rod in my leg right now. My friend was ejected out the car, back window. It was this terrible car accident, and in turn they put me on these oxys, and I started doing these oxys every day to heal, and you know, and they cut me off pretty aggressively, you know what I'm saying? And then I started buying Vicodins off the streets and stuff like that. And it was just hard to overcome that, because, you know, those, you know, it's just hard to overcome painkillers and stuff like that. And every now and again, I would just like find them and do them, and you know, think I'm having fun and drinking. And one time, I just like recently, like maybe like 8 months ago, I had got something from somebody, and I ain't gonna go into it, but it ended up having fentanyl in it, and it took me out. I was like, man, they found me outside of a 7-Eleven in Chicago, like on the ground, picked me up, put me in the ambulance, and like they put the Narcan on me. Like they said I pretty much shouldn't have made it, the amount of fentanyl that was in me and stuff. So the reason why I was so open and okay with sharing that story is because like people go through that type of stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like I could use my story to bring awareness to it, because it's like even a kid like Vinnie Dwayne, the St. John Scholar, even he goes through these similar struggles as everyone else. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. Yeah.
I have a 15-year-old at home that I worry to death about with drugs today, being so dangerous. So your message is important for parents to hear, and then also, you know, kids.
Yeah.
To understand that if 1 out of every 30 bowls that you smoke could possibly kill you, would you still do it? Well, tonight's the show. You've been in Portland for a little bit. Have you had a chance to do anything that you really wanted to do while you were here?
Not yet.
Tonight.
So yeah, we're gonna do that tonight. But it's just kind of dope seeing all my homies. You know what I'm saying? It's dope. I love Portland. I still haven't seen the St. John's Bridge yet. I want to go.
Oh, we got to get you to do that.
I know, right? I got to go see the bridge. Because every time I come home, I feel like the bridge, that's the headquarters, you know what I'm saying? Just go sit down, smoke a cigarette under.
We did the Tinkerbell episode down there. Tink took us down there by the bridge, running around in the north.
Yeah.
Well, we ran through about 15 minutes pretty quick. Vinny, you want to give some special love, shout-outs, PSAs on the way out here before we wrap this up?
Hey, man, y'all here with Cross the Street. You know what I'm saying? They're the realest journalists in Portland. I support them. You know, I see them grinding. They show love. They doing it the right way. And I'm gonna support that till the wheels fall off. You feel me? I just want y'all to keep going, keep doing this. And whenever you need me for something, if you're putting together an event or you feel like you just need some content, if you need me to react to something that happened in Portland, I want to team up with you on some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I think we're changing the game in Portland, especially for like media, journalism, and you know, I'm always gonna rap. That's always gonna be a thing. But I think we're on to something, and I'm here to ride with you. You feel me? Okay.
Well, your ride has been super motivational for myself, honestly. So continue to do what you're doing as well. Hope you have a good time at the show tonight. You guys are gonna be down in the north tonight too, right?
It's in Roseland.
Roseland.
It's at the Roseland, yeah.
Roseland.
Are y'all coming?
We're highly trying to squeeze this in. We have one more gig after this. So.
Okay.
Wouldn't miss it for the world, though. All right, Vinny, we'll have a great show tonight. Thank you so much for participating in our program. Make sure everybody likes, share, and subscribe. We'll leave Vinny's links down below so you'll be able to catch him on his channel for all his great reaction videos. Back to another reaction.
You're funny as hell.
Cheers, Vinny.
Thank you so much, man.